you know, and this gap is so big. When someone holds this gap, you're so stoked and, how did you make it?
Balo, we gave him a skateboard, and like within like some months, he knew how to kickflip. And we're like, what the hell, man? And this is crazy. I've never seen a street kid kickflip. It was so crazy how his progression grew.
Yeah, one time only. In that moment when we were skating through the streets, looking back, seeing all the kids like skating with us, that I truly felt like, oh dude, we're in Kenya, we're actually skateboarding. Skating in South Africa is really big, whereas here it's still a small collective. This energy here is still very young.
I saved some money when I was living in the streets. I used to save like 100 when I could get some money from guys. And then I bought my first trucks. My first board was like kind of bad because it did not have like the tail and the nose, and it had like different wheels. Like these wheels were small and these ones big ones.
Living on the street was so bad because like we used to sleep on the ditches, the so-called, yeah, and sometimes you sleep hungry without eating.
We used to sleep here. Here sometimes, here sometimes.
I was 10 years old when I started living on the streets. We used to beg from people 10 shillings, 20 shillings, then we can go buy some food. Yeah.
So as far as skate scenes go in Africa, I've always seen a lot of content coming out of Kenya online, whether it's on Instagram or Facebook. Nairobi being like an economic hub of East Africa, there's obviously a big city, and where you have hustle and bustle, you have people engaging with public space. So I connected with George from the Kenya Skate Society online, hit him up and see if he'd be down to show us around and show some spots.
Uhuru Park means freedom, and Uhuru Park, its significance is like people to chill, like somewhere to people to rest and chill. The podium is where people usually skate there, and like during public events, like the president usually goes and says his speech.
We used to come here like every day, borrow some boards and skate and teach ourselves some tricks. Yeah, ever since.
Seeing new kids skateboarding in Kenya is kind of hard. Mostly guys who skate are usually like people who are in high school or finished high school.
Yes, coffee, man. Just be home by 6.
Where did you get that board from?
Like Timo.
Team.
Another guy called Timo. Yeah, he sells like blank decks.
So is he the one who provides to the locals?
He's one of the guys.
Shop, right?
There's no skate shop. People usually just import skateboards and like they sell to us.
The moment I met them, I felt this essence of core skateboarders, you know? And to find out that they were street kids sleeping at Uhuru Park and slowly working their way to being accepted by society, making sure they wear clean clothes so that they're not treated like street kids, just so that they can skate and be around everyone and not be judged too much. When we arrived to Uhuru, they just came towards us with so much love. They were welcoming me into their home.
super nice to see too. Like they take care of each other and they skate together like every day.
This gap is so big. When someone holds this gap, you're so stoked and how did you make it? But the first time I hold the gap, I was happy. Like the feeling how when you roll up, so happy.
Balo, we gave him a skateboard and like within like some months, he knew how to kickflip. And we were like, what the hell, man? This is crazy. I've never seen a street kid kickflip. So like he continued and like he landed heel flip, pop shelves. Like it was so crazy how his progression grew.
Their stories slowly started coming out and it slowly started hitting us a lot harder and harder, realizing that their bond was so tight because of what they had gone through. They've got off the streets and now in an orphanage going to school. They're on the straight and narrow. I think they made a couple bad choices in their lives and it's just so good to see how positive they still are about their circumstances. I think skating's actually kind of saved them. They skate every day, they go to school every day, and it's just really inspiring. I think they were super inquisitive as well. They were full of questions, which I think is amazing. It's important to ask questions and we could just teach them our ways. They taught us their ways, taught them a few tricks along the way and how to approach spots, and I think they were very thankful for it.
To just spend 2 weeks with all these different skaters with different levels has been so inspiring. Everyone skates differently, but everyone skates and loves it and just goes for it. And
that was so good. Amazing, dude. I didn't expect that one to be alive for sure. Like learning a new trick, there's no other feeling like it.
George is, I think he said he was 23 and he's a young skateboarder. He's grown up in Nairobi and besides just skating, he's obviously passionate about the culture of skateboarding. So for example, he's in a band called Power Slide. All the members of the band skate. They even won a music video award in Kenya for best music video.
He plays music but I don't like it. Music is not very promising as a career. Whether he does skateboarding is beneficial to his body.
So one of the ways he's come up with to try and make a living working in skateboarding is to do skate lessons. At a skate park like Shangilia.
So Shangilia is an orphanage and it's a school for also kids who cannot pay school fees. So it caters a bunch of kids and brings them together, and like also they have a skate park to skate as well.
We barely could find any spots with a good ground or good landing. Like there was always something pretty sketchy about the spots, but we tried to skate everything we could.
local crew took us to maybe the main handrail spot they skate. There's a little 4 or 5 stair or something. And yeah, Sam McGuire, the photographer on this trip, taught little Sam how to take photos.
Maybe be like this, right there. So come over here. Sorry.
Over here.
Yeah, and then look through
And
it.
then when Balo was trying the front board shove, there was this one kid who was super high. It was so strange to see the contrast of the one kid who used to be a street kid going for this trick, determined to land this trick, and the other kid hanging on the other handrail, like he came from that and skateboarding saved his life and he has something on his mind. He has a front board shove, he has to do it, and this kid is just there. He's like an enigma. That determination that Balo had to land the trick just literally reminded me of why I love skateboarding so much, why it's so important to go push.
Did you get one? Yeah.
Because he's so charismatic, it just like lightened up the energy at the session. It was amazing for him to then shoot the photo of Balo's front board shove, and he was just like over the moon. 2 street kids, one gets the trick, one gets the shot. It's like, that's a complete picture, you know?
Yeah. Sick picture. I'm so proud of myself.
Proud of yourself, kid.
Whoa, Thrasher. Woo.
Yes,
Woo. Thanks, man.